Hello, Terry here, and today we are going to play Mirage Noir. Yeah, that's better. Mirage Noir, the Prologue. Yeah, this is still the demo of the game. It's going to be a long game. I don't know how long, but the Prologue is estimated to be an hour long already. So, enough talk. Let's play the game, shall we? Start. Void. A void swallows every part of your body. Good, that's good. Everyone wants that. It fills your soul and mind. I can say that. Ruthless emptiness. The void is paralyzing. The void is trapping you. It devours every bit of your happiness and changes it into persistent gloom. But then, ah, a little crack on the sheet of ice. It's unyielding just like an avalanche. Oh, I kinda like that. And another, the mosaic built from small and faint lines finally emerge from the darkness. They bring shattering coldness. Your neural network is on fire. It's overloaded. Your heart starts to pump out your thick blood. Are we dying? A bursting pain pierces the body. Good. Ah, see, as I told you, it's a good thing. Pain is good. Oh, being a little bit kinky, aren't we? Everything is better than endless stagnancy. Your body finally feels it is alive. The brain speeds up and gives order to the motionless organs. Breathe, a gulp of stale air. You feel tiny little needles piercing your lungs with every sip of the air you take. More oxygen, more signals between the neural network. Finally, your stiff hands are making their first helpless move. Alright, they feel an obstacle on their way. What is it? Hello? Okay. Ooh, you didn't expect that. What is that, to be clear? That's why you try to affect the cold and slick surface in front of you. It melts slowly as you touch it with your slightly warmer fingers. Your hand tries to push away this hindrance, but it won't budge. A feeling of sorry, incapacitating fear strikes you. Why? Why now? I don't know, because this is something horrifying? Oh, there we go. Finally, your emotions are so strong that they overcome you. You begin to smash the cold surface with your bare fist. How strong are you to be able to shake those kind of ice? Like that. Are you Chris Redfield? But the surface remains unaffected. Your weakened limbs are getting tired quickly. A very vain wheeze starts to escape from your throat. Your stale vocal cords don't work properly. The situation is dire. You are forcefully trying to restore its function. With every second, a silent wheeze slowly becomes a rough horse. You cannot be here. Why? Not now when you finally regain control of your body. Oh. And finally, you can scream. Okay, I was half expecting a scream there, but okay. It is more like a gurgling shriek, but you recognize your voice. That's not your voice, right? This sound startled you. What was that? You have a harsh meeting with gravity as it brutally pushes you into the ground. Oh, you fall, okay. Pain from the fall is intense. All the air that was inside your lungs escaped quickly. Sensory receptor feels a mix of sunlight cold substance beneath your hands. Yeah, I know, air is such a coward, they are just escaping like that after just a fall. Weaklings, air. Your visual perception tries to adapt to the dimness around you. The senses are battered with continuous incentives. You are regaining control over your perception as you start to make sense to this sensory chaos. Your clumsy body is trying too hard to listen to your mind's order. You sit you down as you look around. Alright? Can we get some context of what is actually happening? Oh my, look at that. Eyes are gradually scanning the environment around you, and that's a very loud wind. There you go, I hope that's better now. You notice that the bushes and trees are closer to each other. How was it called? Ah, forest. Okay. What about the enormous dark space interlaced with those tiny dots right above your head? Oh, you mean space? Because you literally just mentioned it. Sky. Okay, my mistake. Sky. Night sky. That huge, radiant disk is classified as moon. Its light shines on the wide area around you. Very interesting. Snow. Happiness is filling you. You manage to relax a bit even though you shouldn't. Eyes are jumping from one place to another, slowly recognizing the elements of your current environment. Meadows, stones, logs, snow, sky, forest, moon, ground, blood, ice, and clouds. Excuse me, there's something wrong with your environment, it seems. Yeah, the tomato sauce. Are we going to talk about that? Your nose catch a rusty metallic odor. Oh, they add some iron to the tomato sauce. That's very cool. The taste of iron fills your mouth as your pupil gets wider to observe what lurks in the darkness. What? Your body wants to be somewhere far, far away. Danger. Yeah, what kind of danger? Let me see. You feel a small gust of wind around you. Expanded nostril catch a vivid smell. Smell? Your brain analyzes all the archetypes of scent that it knows. Wet fur. Ah, interesting. Now we are getting something. Your eyes instantly look in the direction of the blowing wind. They try to find a source of the lurking menace. The heartbeat goes higher. Your pulse speeds up. What can you see? Oh, hello there. Bright yellow eyes. Seems friendly. Sinister eyes were looking straight at you. Sinister? Those looks friendly. Sharp fangs are emerging from the darkness as you can hear a frightening growl getting louder and louder. I see. I will get you and destroy you. Is that a beast or something? I will rip you apart, bite deeply, tear your guts, rip you, destroy you, devour you, kill you. Wow. Okay, run. Your mind is overwhelmed by the very basic fear of death. Your body arises immediately and starts to run for its life. Where to go? Can I? Faster. Yep. The deadly aroma of the beast gets more intense. The hunter is going after its prey. If you turn around and just run, yeah, your pulse get rapidly higher and just a few steps. Hypoxia and exhaustion finally manifest just a few seconds of the desperate attempt to escape. Well, there we go. I will kill you, rip you apart. I don't want to die. You will. Run! You don't have to. You don't stand a chance. The staggering feeling of weakness overcomes your collapsing body. I'm pretty sure you've been punching eyes before. No, not now. Yellow evil eyes manifest right before your face. I don't want to. Fear. Everlasting void. The void is swallowing every part of your body. It fills your soul and mind. I think we've did this. Called emptiness. Welcome. To where? Hello? Vienna, a dull, uneventful winter evening. Yeah, I think it's should be the dialogue box should be a little bit higher or not like this because it's kinda hard to see the name. Just saying. When I pick outside a sharp bone. Oh, okay. Forgot a comma. A sharp, bone penetrating coldness broached my skin. Not a sharp bone, that's different. It will be different if there's no comma. I shall take my thicker coat, okay? The one with some fox fur sewn onto it. No need to risk your health when you live alone. I put on my winter clothes, fastened the buttons, and took a healthy sip of alcohol from the flask. It warmed me up. It didn't show, and the air was barely moving. Didn't snow, sorry. The piercing coolness was the only inconvenience. I went outside and took a path that led to a nearby coppice. The snow quietly jangled under my feet, jangled, when I walked through the night. What's a coppice, by the way? The trees I passed on my way slowly turned into thicker, darker shades. Goosebumps crawled under my skin. Why do you have to pass this way? Something about the forest was different than usual, but I couldn't put my finger on it. Even if I knew that I could handle the dangers of these lands, I couldn't shake the anxiety. You could? Okay. A threatening touch attacked my shoulder. Hello? Without a second thought, I started to run ahead and got away in a few quick jumps. I was ready to fight my opponent, which happened to be a branch. It was just silly. I should get a hold of myself. I was embarrassed that I acted like a helpless wench. What? Scared by a stick. This uneasiness didn't feel natural. Something was off. I poured a gentle stream of energy into my eyes. Oh, okay. The grim, dark, deadly forest became much friendlier and brighter. All those fantasies about the evil creatures that lurk around the corner flew away. I think it gets brighter in it? I don't know. Just like a cloud of smoke. I went deeper into the woods. The only thing that knocked me out of my composure was the silent growl of my stomach. My family are hunted for too long. She was supposed to get back home around dinner. Familiar? I wasn't worried. I was just annoyed she ventured out of our telepathy range. It wasn't the first time my lovely companion took her sweet time walking in the wild. Oh, there it is. I saw her marks on the ground. I sped up and followed them without a shade of doubt. Wait, was it your familiar at the beginning of the story? She's dead now? I think I marched for half an hour and I still couldn't find my unruly path. The cold slowly found its way to my bones. I took another robust sip from the flask. I got used to the idea that I won't find her today. An image of a faint blue light appeared in my head. Our connection was restored. I called her out. "How? Don't be ridiculous and get back here. I'm hungry as hell." Okay. Silence. Why, you little... I suppressed the urge to swear. This little shrew ignored my comments on purpose. I tried to contact her again, but she didn't bother to respond. I took a deep breath and focused my thoughts around Pau. Okay. My vision got blurry. I made a solid connection between us. It allowed me to perceive the world through her eyes. She observed a calm, snow-covered meadow. The moon softly bathed the scenery in its light. Yeah, it is your familiar, isn't it? It was. My vision didn't last long, but it helped me track down her location. Then, an unexplained gust of fear engulfed my heart. Something was wrong. I didn't wait longer. I tried to call her out several times. The volume is very high, I must note that. She didn't answer. The closer I got, the thicker her fear felt in my stomach. My mind slowly drowned under the pressure. I panicked for good when a strong taste of blood appeared in my mouth. How made a decision to move? It could get ugly. I severed our connection as her perception was too vivid for me. I was close when I got hit by a huge wave of emotions. My knees almost gave up. I screamed from the top of my lungs. How? I rushed to the glade ready to help her. Oh, okay. The red droplets of blood light on a clear snow. An awful thought lurked into my mind. I finally reached her. She wasn't hurt. Oh, okay. Interesting. Relief instantly overcame me. Nevertheless, I could tell that something really bothered her. I called her and watched carefully for anything dangerous. She hesitated, but after a while she slowly came towards me. Oh, Paul's the tiger. Then when you say food, do you mean other human? What? Paul apologetically looked at me with her amazing amber eyes. I was scared, you know. Something weird is in the air tonight. Well, it's good that nothing bad happened to you. What's going on? Look at that funny fellow behind me. I wanted to help him, but I felt his fear and okay. So that, oh, that was him, okay. I got carried away and it didn't went so well, huh? I cautiously approached this weird scene. There was a strange coffin-like thing pounded into the ground. An unconscious person lied right next to it. Oh my goodness! I fell down on my knees and checked for the vital signs. Why are you naked? A faint breath brushed my cheeks. It made me feel a bit relieved. The human happened to be a young lad. He was in a terrible shape. I noticed that he probably fell into the pointy rocks hidden under the snow. Right? There were cuts on his head and body, but the wounds weren't deep. Still, there could be an unseen damage. Moving him could be dangerous, but given the weather, I didn't have much choice. I removed my coat to cover this poor freezing guy. How I need you. My familiar silently emerged right near me with a large hair in her mouth. A red wrinkle darted the prey fur around its neck. I removed it gently from Paul's mouth and put it into a linen sack. Could you move yourself a bit? What are you doing, lass? Why are you taking him? He's so stupid, you know. I looked at that ice stone thingy for some time and all he did was a noise. Useless human. Though it was funny when he fell out of it. You know, I think it's hard to behave rationally in a situation like this. Just stop blabbering and help me, we have a long way before us. I couldn't tell Paul wasn't pleased. I could tell. Yet she lowered her body. I took a deep breath and tensed my muscles. I drawn energy around me with ease. It surprised me. The area was overloaded with a subtle foreign power. No wonder I was uneasy. I placed the guy on my familiar's back and supported him from one side. Looking behind, I glanced at this grotesque ice coffin he supposedly fell from. Something nasty was hidden inside its darkness. We shouldn't be here. Then why are you around here? I gladly left that mysterious place behind me. The silence on the glade became infinite. All the animals that were there fled with us. I quietly wished that the rest of my dull winter evening would remain uneventful. Right? Then what will happen? Ah, lots of blanket and hot water. We are home. Some vodka. Some vodka for me. The man I brought home was in a bad condition. Vodka infused with The finest quality of stalinium. His body temperature was extremely low and he didn't regain consciousness. Breathing was shallow and uneven. It will be a miracle if he survives. I took his frostbite-covered hand and closed my eyes, focused on a spiritual energy within me. Slowly I transferred it onto the stranger. Minor cuts disappeared right away, but serious damage needed time to heal. The man was fragile and helpless. How he ended up in this place? He's naked. It's a cold place. How do he ended up here? His body was rather athletic. Yes, it was similar to the build of soldiers and mercenaries. Yet he had no clothes, so he couldn't be a traveler or a deserter. Yes, perhaps he's just an, insane person. The coffin that was present at the window was bizarre. Maybe it was some sort of magic ritual that went wrong. Oh, okay, that could explain. Then again, magical transportation was impossible. His unhealthy, fair complexion made me worried. The last time I saw someone so pale was when I took care of a patient bedridden with pneumonia. The only difference between those two was that the child had a high fever while this guy was cold as stone. He should be dead. But I won't give up so easily on him. Okay, I could make him pay for that treatment when he gets better. Okay, I poured some honey water into his mouth, but he started to choke immediately. His throat was unaccustomed to drinking. Come to think of, his larynx wasn't the only thing that was strange. The rest of his body was so wobbly. I wasn't sure how to call it. Squishy? He looked like someone who was put into a deep sleep. Just like animals that try to survive harsh winter. I discussed this with other whisperers, and this phenomenon had a better name. Some of my colleagues claimed that it was theoretically possible to freeze someone and wake them up many years later. For me, it was a nonsense for weirdos who sought immortality. Water expanded when it was turned into ice, so it would damage the body, right? Deeply frozen person will end up dead as a result. Maybe it will be possible with a vast source of magical energy supply, but I never knew of anyone who succeeded. Could this man be a subject of such an experiment? A breathing one. Fatigue slowly overcame me. His body temperature was low, I needed to raise it. I lifted the sheet and urged my familiar to snuggle with us. Oh, a leopard, really? Or is it a snow tiger? I forgot. Pa wasn't happy about it, but she didn't protest. I put on my nightgown and slept under the quilts right next to her. Ah yeah, snow leopard. I don't think it's safe for you. Yeah, actually, I agree. What do you think? Her golden eyes were looking at me with deep concern. It wasn't unreasonable. No sane person would lie down next to a random person that might be a murderer or sick with some unknown illness, yes. Normally I wouldn't do it either, but I didn't want to have any regrets. He could die. I should do everything in my power to prevent it. Okay. Relax, I got your back, okay? Right? My reply didn't satisfy Paul, but she didn't argue with me. She put down her massive head. Her gentle purr resonated within our bodies. For me, it was a soothing lullaby that opened the gates to the land of dreams. I quickly slipped into slumber. Okay. So we fall asleep. I woke up at dawn. Then the second one came. Third. 6. Days slowly passed by, filled with everyday life concern and duties. Worrying thoughts were deeply rooted in my heart. The stranger was still unconscious. I think I have to end this video right here because it has been around 30 minutes for me. I have a time constraint. So I guess that's all for Mirage Noir Prologue. See you later then in the next part of Mirage Noir. Bye bye.